guys? Euroslam back with another video. Today we're looking at the top 5 potential stars the New York Knicks can land via trade. Now, we're gonna keep this as realistic as possible, guys. No like outlandish, crazy trades for Giannis or something like that. These are gonna be realistic trades the Knicks can acquire during this offseason. So if you like what you see, guys, smash that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. We've got a lot of great videos coming out in the future. More top 5 videos, lots of videos about rumors coming up for trades, signings, news, all that good stuff, guys. You're not going to want to miss that. With that, guys, let's get right into the video. Number 5, the Detroit Pistons, Blake Griffin. Now, this could be a bit of a gamble for some people. Griffin, a bit of an injury history there, missed almost all of last season, and when he first came to the Pistons, looked pretty solid. Improved three-point jump shot, better ball handler. Obviously, he lost a bit of his athleticism, so you're not sure exactly what you're getting for trading for him. But because of that, you might not have to give up a whole lot for him. Now, you may be able to trade, Randall, Dennis Smith Jr., something like that for him. You may be able to trade your first-round pick, a couple other guys, Kevin Knox, potentially, Alfred Payton. You may need Randall to match up the salaries, but you're not going to have to give up a whole lot for him. Depending on what the Pistons want, they're probably going to rebuild, so maybe give them that 8th pick, throw a couple of salary fillers. I think this trade could be interesting. Obviously, you're still going to have cap space as well. You can bring in a guy like Fred VanVleet. Slowly build kind of a playoff team here. You're in the East. The 8th spot's up for grabs. Something to think about. Number 4, Victor Oladipo on the Pacers. Now, here's an interesting trade target because this reminds me a bit of the Kawhi situation in the Spurs. A lot of people are a bit skeptical to give up a lot of assets just for a potential rental player in Kawhi Leonard. So as you saw, there wasn't a lot of huge trade offers for him. Ended up going to the Raptors for DeRozan and Jakob Poeltl. And you think maybe they could have got more from him because he's on that expiring deal. Teams are very hesitant to trade for him. Everyone thought he was going to LA, so people they really don't have a lot for him. Could be the same with Oladipo, although Oladipo goes to a good enough team that he enjoys. He may be willing to re-sign. Tough part with him is you don't know what his market value is going to be. Come off that gruesome injury he had a couple of years ago. Hasn't quite been himself. So when it comes to it, you may be able to pry him away if there's not a whole lot of offers for him out there. You might have to give too much for him as well, and he could fit in nicely. Great defensive player. He's a good offensive player when healthy. So it's a gamble as well like Griffin, but it could pay off for you. Brings a free agents to surround him. Make the Knicks relevant again. Number 3, DeMar DeRozan on the San Antonio Spurs. Another interesting candidate only because he has a player option right now. So he could potentially be a free agent and you may be able to sign him right out. But the rumor going on right now is that DeRozan's going to opt into his player option and potentially try to sign a max deal next year. So with that being said, the Spurs are trying to head towards a rebuild. Are more likely going to trade him if he does opt in. Try some assets for him now, along with Aldridge. If you're the Knicks, you might want to call them up. I don't want him and Aldridge, it's a little too much salary. But you can get DeRozan maybe for a nice package. You might have to give RJ Barrett for him. But if you acquire DeRozan, could be a nice fit. I think you enjoy a career finishing up with the Knicks. Could be your number 1 guy. You could bring screen as well, like I said, VanVleet surrounding him. A couple other guys in free agency. Put him in with DeRozan. I think, you're getting in the playoffs. DeRozan can carry team playoffs. We've seen that before. How far can he go? It's intriguing fit for DeRozan too. Back in the East, playing against the Raptors. Chance to play them in the playoffs. Could be a win-win right there. Number 2, who else but Chris Paul? All over the trade rumors. Got a huge salary at $40 million coming in this season, I believe it is. So the Knicks do have cash, but they can match it. They can send out guys. You can send out 4 or 5 players. You can send out 2 or 3. Eat up some of the salary yourself. Depends now what the Thunder want for him. You may not have to give up a whole lot, but you're going to have to give up something for him. And Chris Paul had a great season last year for the Thunder. You put him on the Knicks, bring a couple of free agents. There's a rumor even on that. If Paul joined the Knicks, potentially Carmelo could be interested in coming back because they're friends. Which could be interesting as well. The Knicks, Carmelo and Chris Paul, a couple other free agents. Maybe then you make another trade, so you got more cap space. I think Chris Paul is a great leader, could be a great leader for this Knicks team, potentially change the way the franchise, they have this kind of losing kind of perception right now. We bring him in, has winning mentality Chris Paul has, very competitive player, wants to win. That's going to rub off on other players. It may make the organization look good, right? So I think he'd be a great fit, Chris Paul. Also a lot of money to eat up, but you take on a salary for 2-3 years, and it's going to make your franchise relevant again. Players don't come play with Chris Paul, and then from there on out, once his deal expires, maybe you can bring other guys in. Maybe you can even chase Giannis Antetokounmpo. Who knows? It's obviously a long shot, but if you can make this team winning franchise again, players are going to want to come, right? It's Madison Square Garden. So, and number one for me is Russell Westbrook from the Houston Rockets. Now, a lot of people are kind of not really as impressed by Westbrook the last few years. When he first came into the league, the most explosive player in the league, scoring threat every single night. He plays heavy minutes. He was the Iron Man for the longest time. Now you see him, he's getting older, he's slowed down a bit, but I still think he's a top 10 player in this league. If you can get him away from the Rockets, I think you do big things in New York. Also, he still has 3 years left on his contract. They're hefty numbers, but New York, they have cap space, so why not? You couldn't get free agents, couldn't bring him in. Now you gotta hit the trade market, see what you can get. I think Westbrook takes his team to the playoffs. And players do want to play with Westbrook. He's a hell of a player, hell of a competitor, just like Chris Paul, man. He comes out, he wants to win, he wants to play. I think he'll do a lot of good for them. What you got to give up depends what the Rockets want, right? Are the Rockets going to rebuild? Are they going to want young players? Are they going to want draft picks? Are they going to want win-now players? You got a mix there. You got guys like Dennis Smith Jr. You got other guys on this team, Kevin Knox. You got Alfred Payton to match salary. You might have to give up a Mitch. But you could definitely work a deal out. I think the Knicks are the one team that can take a risk on Westbrook and come out the winners in that situation. All teams are really skeptical, bring Westbrook on their salary, trying to fit him in, trying to fit their team. The Knicks right now are trying to build a team, really. So if you bring in Westbrook, make some trades, bring in some free agents, build a team around Westbrook, could work out really well. That's my number one pick. Let me know what you guys think down below. Comment. Tell me who you think Knicks have a legitimate chance of getting. I will say Harden. I just don't think I don't think they have the assets for Harden. Westbrook's a little different because of his salary, and he's slowed down a bit. He's lost a lot of value. So yeah, let me know, guys. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Keep posting because we've got a lot of great videos coming out. Have a great day, guys. See ya.
Anthony now drives, gets inside.